What's up, MP?
Visualize a win tonight. Then go out and take it.
All right, baby. Let's get down.
Please text the word "winner" along with your issue and sequence session to 55555. A member of our guest relations will return and address your concern immediately. Hey, Christian fans, this is your upcoming home game. Please be sure that the team's website followed by visiting the ticket booth.
A reminder, fans, we hope you'll come and join us for Trading Card Day. The first 10,000 fans to the arena will receive a trading card pack. Arrive early in the fan zone and get them signed by Grizz and the Grizz Girls.
For tickets to upcoming home game, visit our team's website.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Hi, everyone. We got the second game of the NBA Cup group stage for these two. Now, the Grizzlies, Shams, had a tough season, but boy, did they find a gem with G.G. Jackson.
To get a player like that in the second round, I think there was shock around the league that G.G. dropped that far in the draft. His skill set is apparent. He's able to score with the best of them at such a young age.
Who knows what his ceiling is going to be? My goodness.
G.G. Jackson seems like he's a complete find for this organization.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Holmes in at the 4 slot. Pass to Holmes. The kick out to Porter. The 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, the Magician.
And small forwards are asked to do so much in the modern NBA, and he just answers the call in every facet of the game. Tremendous numbers from him, and he is more than deserving of the award.
Hey, Shams, the Denver Nuggets, of course, the winners back in 2023 of the NBA title, couldn't go back-to-back last year. Is their window, in your opinion, still as open as it seemed to be?
100%. Let's remember, Nikola Jokic is still in his 20s. They still have Jamal Murray. And as long as that 3-time MVP is healthy, the Nuggets front office has one thing on their minds, and it's a championship. And their biggest problem is that the rest of the West has gotten much better over the years. But if this team is healthy, as long as they keep building the right way around the two best players in Murray and Jokic, they can continue to compete for championships.
And I love what you say about the West. Top to bottom, so strong, so deep, so competitive.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Memphis moving it around. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Clark. 8 points for the Magician. And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. There's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better, for whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pulling the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said.
And the best scorers, like Murray, they believe every shot they take is going in, no matter how deep they are on the floor.
Fires it up, and Jackson gets it to go.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Nuggets trail. Pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists in the game. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organization, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. The teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between the top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the game.
You framed that so well. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Jokic with his screen on Pippen. Jokic on top. He's covered by Clark. Brown the pass to Holmes. Just 5 on the clock. Jokic with his screen on Pippen. They get it back. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. That one falls. Morris has got 18 points in the game.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And a wide open look for Porter. Off target with his 3. And the wide open shot for Morris. And again for 3.
Well, folks, if you haven't been following his story since coming into the league, for all-time NBA rookies, he's now 5th place in three-pointers made.
You know, he's worked on his craft and improved in a short time here in his rookie season. He's got that beautiful touch as we've seen from deep guys, but that's definitely not the only way he can score. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we've got more N2K Sports coming your way after this break. And so far through... ends up going with the new group. Denver also making some changes. Jokic, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Christian Brown comes in for Saric, and Murray subbed in for Porter. Jackson is out there with Morris. Then it's Pippen. Then there's Wells, and it's Clark in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Westbrook. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
As a jump shooter, Westbrook is very comfortable hunting for mid-range.
And here's Morris for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Broke loose. It's stolen by Morris. Pops in the layup for 2. Morris has got 8 here in the quarter.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
1:31 left in the first half of basketball. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And just great to have Shams join us, isn't it, guys? Such a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, no one is more locked in on the league. If there's a move happening, Shams knows about it before the players do.
Murray, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Count it. 31 points for the Magician.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
There's 48 seconds left here in the second. Murray, the pass to Westbrook. Here's Brown. Pass to Jokic. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here is Morris. Jackson trying to break free. Morris, no good. Denver's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Snatched up. And here's Watson. Second shot opportunity. Murray, no good. And here's Morris for 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't been close. Memphis out in front, running away with it. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Please and get ready for the fan half-court shot. They're thinking about the shot.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
Taking a look here at the Grizzlies, this team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big fella, but I got to say, they are making it look easy, here in this early part of the season at least. And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Grizzlies.
I've got to admit, even when these guys are covered, they make the shots.
Yeah, you like to say close out on the shooters, make them earn their points inside. But even if that were tried, I don't think it would play out that way.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from the Magician in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Second half is underway. Here's who Michael Malone's got on the floor. Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Brown and Porter Jr. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Murray. And it's Holmes in at the 4. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And finished off by Porter.
but when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
Here's Morris. Over Porter. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 33 points.
A nice form on that hook shot there.
Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
Memphis leading by 21. Pippen, the pass to Morris. Hits it from three-point range. Morris has got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's another three. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And here's Morris for three. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
He's just lighting them up in this game. The D's going to have to extend a little bit more, or he's going to keep knocking them down from deep.
It's Porter outside. Here's Jokic. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. Timeout called by Memphis. And a deep three from Westbrook. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Wells. He's out there with Pippen. And it's Huff in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. 6 on the shot clock. Denver needs to get off his shot. Here's Westbrook. And it's Laravia with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
A three from Morris. Good. Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Westbrook with it. Pass to Brown. Watson for three. And Pippen pulls it down.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
That one goes. Count it.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And stolen by Watson. And pushing it up. Here's Denver on up the court. Off target at the rim.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
And here's Morris for three. Drains the three-pointer. Morris has got 47 points.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pass to Sharge. Here's Brown. And again, Denver no good. The Grizzlies on offense. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. And here's Morris for three. Hits it again. Wow.
Another 50-point game from him. And he is now 3rd in the record books for most 50-point games in a season.
You know, G.A., you can't deny the greatness we've seen from him all year long. He has performed at the highest level, game in and game out.
His play this season has moved him past Kobe, Yes, Kobe Bean Bryant for most 50-point games in a season. I can still remember that incredible 2007 year for Kobe, and that has been bested. Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Nuggets are gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Fires from the line, and he gets the jumper to drop.
I love the power behind Westbrook's finish. He just dares the defense to get in his way.
Here's Morris, and the layup's good off the glass. Morris has got 55.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Pass to Watson. Murray with it. Here's Brown. Misses the three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And here's Morris for three. Connects again from distance.
And defenses around the NBA have to deal with his three-point marksmanship. And he's already proven in his rookie campaign there's very little you can do to slow him down.
It has been a lot of fun, hasn't it, to watch him expand his skill set this season. And lo and behold, he now holds the 4th spot all-time for three-pointers in a rookie campaign. To me, that is amazing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Grizzlies.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the Magician.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Memphis with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Morris, no good. At the elbow, Murray. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Watson's shot is good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Morris, left side. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
And there's the call on the Magician. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And they're off to a great start in the NBA Cup, a 2-0 record in the group stage.
And in this format, you need a third win in the group stage. So with 2 games left, they're in great position.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's presentation on 2K Sports. See you later.
You might join Steph Curry someday.